Hello, folks. Johnny Mo here. Welcome back to an episode of Omen Adventures. I've got the setup a little bit different. I'm trying out a old webcam that I have that seems to work a little bit better. I'm just got to work on figuring out how to raise it up a little bit more so I can get more space here. But that's technical issues for another time. Tonight, we are going to be playing the first episode, the first, episode. I like to think of these as episodes of Mage Knight, which you can't see because all of this is just pencil on paper, and the light and the camera don't seem to like picking it up. So this weekend, I'll probably start typing up all of the little sheets I have. Hopefully, it picks up on the camera a little bit better. All right, so here we go. It is the first of summer, 1358 of New Landing. It is the new year in Galrayo, and it is a very special occasion because for the first time in over 2 centuries, an oracle has appeared. Not only any oracle, an elf oracle. There hasn't been an elf oracle since the mass exodus of the eastern lands. So this is very exciting for the elven people, uh, particularly a point of pride for Galroyo. And with every oracle comes a Mage Knight. So the oracle sort of sits in their sort of temple, their enshrinement place, and the Mage Knight goes out and investigates the oracular visions of the oracle. The previous Mage Knight, Halix Lucane, vanished under mysterious circumstances. He found a few relics of Saint Axia, the saint for whom the oracle, it's interpreted that that is the saint that the visions come from. And there's not necessarily her relics, Saint Axia's, but just important pieces of forgotten or mysterious lore. So it is the coronation of our Mage Knight, a glitter elf named Vix Reala. And it's hard to see. I gave her pretty even stats, a 2-2 might, a 2-2 art, and a 1-3 presence. She's a little bit she's a little bit rough around the edges. She's a little bit more action first, diplomacy second, sort of thing. She's I haven't fully fleshed her out, but that's just kind of like the vibe that I'm kind of feeling for her. And I did stat out her little attribute special abilities. She's athletic. She can spend a momentum to gain a +2/+0 on might. Charge, +1 strain to get +1/+2 on challenges. Mighty Strike, -2 momentum to inflict 3 strain. So if we were up against, say, a 4/3 creature in combat, which would be very tough, which would be a very tough creature. If there's a excuse me, if there's a success, it would drop it down to a 4/0. She'd still need to do another attack to finish it off, but that's a really good strike. So, Spell Shield, sacrifice 1 momentum to gain a +0/1 might and +0/+1 art. Pretty much ups her defense. Oracle Guidance, +1 strain, gain advantage on gaining insight into an obstacle. That's kind of vague, but it comes out in the play. Spellfire, -2 momentum, spell targets up to 4 opponents. That would be if she was fighting a group of enemies, and there's a little bit. It's the same setup as the roll, just narratively, like a 2-2 group of bandits. You don't count every single bandit. That 2-2 obstacle is the entire group. But if I say like there's 8 bandits, and she does this, and it's a success, I'd say that marking it down by 2 would sort of narratively reflect taking out a chunk of the bandits, or half the bandit group. For presence, we have Oracle's Chosen, -1 momentum, gain +1/0 art and +1/0 present. Basically, she can go like, listen, I am the Mage Knight of the Oracle, and try to use her force of presence to try to overcome an obstacle, like if she's having trouble getting a horse from a local stable or something. My word, she is a Mage Knight, so her word is held as, sacred, or at least like recognized, like this person will be true to their word. +1 strain, gain advantage on 2 presence rolls. And glitter form, since she is a glitter elf, +1 strain, areas are illuminated and enemies have disadvantage on rolls, which would be pretty much the blue and orange one. This is predominantly blue, will be her, and this would be like an enemy's, but at disadvantage. It's exactly like you think. Roll 2 dice, take the lower number. That easy. In terms of gear, she has Mage Knight armor, an Oracle sword. She has Mage shield, traveling gear, an Oracle's gift, which is just sort of a little trinket that we can discover along the way. She has a potion of vigor, which will pretty much reset this. Like if she's down to 2-0 on her turn, she can take the potion and reset it to 2. Arcane tonic, same thing, just with the art. And rejuvenating tonic will do the same for presence, sort of like a shot of espresso. And recovery herbs, she has 2. Now the recovery herbs she can use between scenes with obstacles to reduce her strain by 1. Herbs are a little bit hard to come by. All right, and we have our progression chart. We have Saint Axia, so every time that we do a scenario, complete an obstacle in service of the plot line of her, in service to Saint Axia via the Oracle, we can check off one of these, and when we fill up all 5, we get a level up and increase one of her attributes. We have Antagonist. Don't know who the antagonist is yet, but we definitely will have one. Renown. Something if she's in Galroyo and she does something that is inspiring for the people wherever she's at, be it a small hamlet or one of the major duchy cities. And season. Each season is composed of 9 10-day weeks. So each week we can check one of the boxes off. It's a little bit prolonged, and we have actually that should be a circle, because right now we have 10 squares. One should be a circle. That should be like a major event, like a kind of like a Helm's Deep event. We have a place for locations. Place for NPCs. Right now we have Nola Noin, who is the Oracle. She is a Solar Elf, which is rather rare around, in Galroyo, but in Elvenkind in general. They embody elements of the sun, heat, light, that sort of thing. And we have little dots, and these little marks right there are for bonuses that we can apply to Vix. So it's not like I'm going to be running another character with these companions. We're all just going to assume that the companion is doing their best to help Vix out, and whatever bonus they provide, we will apply to her in the temporary attribute adjustments. All right, so let's get started. I found, going through all the winter cleaning, and since I can't seem to find my scenario generator sheets, Book of Random Tables quests. You might remember the Book of Random Tables that I used before with the one that did it. Oh man, I'm already forgetting their names. That's horrible of me. I want to say the Casays, but the Barellas, Breveo, House Breveo. That's what it is. A lot of projects. Sometimes it gets scrambled. So we will start with the Book of Random Tables. Let's open it up. We got Dungeon Hooks, Royal Quest, Forest Quest, Doorways to Another World. That might be fun. Town Quest, Sea Quest, Questing Beasts, Quest Objects, Lost Cities, Meta Quests. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I say we roll a d10 and figure out what happens. 9. So Lost Cities. Okay, so turn to page 70. Ooh, Bold Tower. Okay. Remember, right? These are D100s. See you. Take out my old school D100 dice. Was it 60, 66? This is also going to help world build because I have mapped out Galroyo. I wish it was a little bit cleaner. I'll probably scan this and I might upload it in a post. I'm going to learn how to do posts on YouTube. That'll be fun. So we start in the city of Nevernight. That is traditionally where the Oracle is, their sanctuary is. It is a mountain that has been half hollowed out by dwarves, and it's sort of like this exposed honeycomb of mines. They've just been strip mining this mountain for centuries. It's like 5 or 6 centuries. So Nevernight, and what do we got? 66. Go here to Merit, the city of coal and steam. Wild tales of a city where coal and steam-powered fantastic inventions have enthralled children for generations. Okay, so I'm gonna say I think that is at Blister Shield? Blister Shield at the top of the Mosai Mountains? Yeah, because I've done stuff with Iron Falls. That's another dwarven city. I think we're going to, whatever this is, this quest, she needs to go to Blister Shield. Okay, so it's not a... Or, I think... No. Let's back it up. Let's back it up. This is the Oracle. And these are lost cities. So the Oracle, Nolanoin, goes to Vix and says, I've had a vision of metal, of machines, fine craftsmanship, animated objects and little baubles, and she's seeing into some sort of past. She can't make out the features of these beings. They're sort of obscured from her oracular sight. Vix has to now go find this city. I closed the page. I needed to have written it down. That is the importance of note taking, which if you're in the solo RPG space, everybody's doing a video about note taking. It is so helpful to have different perspectives and ideas. All right, so we got right City of Colenstein. All right, I'm going to put a star next to it, so we know it is important. Let's see. Let's take a look at random tables here. What can we do? Items and things, names, counters, catastrophes, odd jobs, seafaring encounters. Okay. I think she doesn't really know anybody in Nevernight. I think she's going to have to travel somewhere. Probably find some gnomes or dwarves, because that is still in classical fantasy. The gnomes and the dwarves are in charge of little machiney bits. That is something I like. I think she is going to go to Belgrand, which is like one of the center cities in Galroyo. It's like a crossroads. Like there's the main north-south road, rivers, and she is going to go look for something there. All right, I am going to close this up. Many notebooks. Okay, do I have anything in this one of a... Nope. Oh, wait, I might have... Oh, son of a gun. I might have found my scenario stuff. Yep, I did. Totally prepared for this video. I think that's what happens when I spend the first hour of my free time just trying to figure out how to set this up. Okay. Location set up, timers, frozen land. This is just going to be kind of like plains. Desolate locations. Okay, well, it seems that I have left my playing cards that is usually used for this somewhere else. So we are going to do a D4 for the suit, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We're just going to get a D12 and ignore kings. All right, so 3 spades, 10. Yeah, aces, 1. Magic school. Magic school. Okay. Do here locations, magic school. All right, so she has gone from Nevernight to Belgrand, and we're going to do 2d6 for days of travel. Don't track rations or anything. It's all kind of assumed that these adventurers, these heroes, are competent enough to pack accordingly. And it is going to take her 12 days to get to Belgrand. So I am going to update this from the 1st of summer to the 13th of summer. And we are at a magical school. Okay, we have our location. So location setup, timers, we've got an event at a magical school. We are going to determine what kind of event awaits Vix in Belgrin as she tries to find information on some lost city. If there's any information that she can gain from the dwarves or gnomes there, any archives. I guess there's a magical school in Belgrin. That is something I just learned. Okay. Number 4. So there is a combat. There is a combat, and we will go to the combat chart, and we will roll our d4 for what kind of combat it is. 2. It is an enemy group. Okay, enemy group. We're gonna get a group combat. We're gonna show off our spellfire. 2. Pack of monstrous humanoids. Okay. So the difference between playing this like normally for me and recording it is when I get something like that, I usually take about 5-10 minutes to ponder. But I think monstrous humanoids, in the setting, there is a lot of different cultures that are just now meeting for the first time. Not immediately the first time, but within the last couple of decades, these cultures are starting to trade, not really integrate with each other, but hold diplomacy and send envoys back and forth. It's the beginning of things like that. Pretty much as soon as the dragons came, like 14, however many odd years ago, it was everybody's problem. And so it kind of went from, well, we're all aligned against these giant flying, lizards and all the dragon kind that are out there. Any other circumstances, we would not trust you people. You come from lands that we have for generations thought cursed. So I am going to roll a d4. 1 is going to be the Basiliskkin, or the Chimera, which are sort of the once thought lost survivors from the Great Flotilla that came from the east. They landed on various islands and through strange sorcery changed into sort of monstrous-like creatures. 2 is going to be a group of people from the unknown west. Actually, I think these are going to be the goblin folk from the Crimean Peninsula. 2 is going to be the goblin folk. 3 is going to be the folks from the southern borderlands and the blasphemous lands. I'm not entirely sure why anyone from the blasphemous lands would be this far into Galroyo. That would be very amazing. And 4 is going to be those from the northern borderlands, far to the north, even like the Mirren Republic over the last 20, 30 years have just been like meeting these folks. Or I guess it would be about 50-ish years. Okay, so 1, the Chimera. 2, the goblins. 3, the folks from the southern borderlands. And 4, the northern borderlands. 3, we get folks from the southern borderlands. Now, the southern borderlands, like, this is the more frozen area. I think Galroyo is like, I guess for context, Maine. When you think geographically positioned, even though it's on the southern hemisphere, it would be on the same latitude where Maine is. So very cold winters. And I don't know, I've never been to Maine. I just always think like it's got to be cold up there. It's further north than I am. Okay, so we've got let's see. We're going to have some fun. We're going to roll a d8. We're going to roll a d8 plus 2 for number of creatures, and this is sort of how we're going to determine the power of the obstacle. So d8 plus 2, 1. So 1 plus 2. Okay. Handy dandy no card. So total of 3. Let's see. Southlander Thugs. I'm going to give this a 3-0. Yeah, 3-0. 3's a pretty hefty bonus, but she is a Mage Knight, pretty well capable of herself, so it's just going to need to be 1 success. So she's rolling at +2, they're rolling at +3. Let's see here. Vix and the Southlander Thugs. 5 and 5. Oof. Off the jump, they have her surrounded, and she has to really be playing defense with them. There's probably less than 6 of them, but she is armed. She is armored. She's able to take a fairly substantial hit. All right, 4-2. That is a 6 to a 5. That defeats them. That could have gone either way, honestly. All right. So I don't think she kills them. I think she bests them enough to get them to scatter. And I think this draws the attention of definitely gets the attention of the local constabulary. The local watch, or whatever, come to question her, what's all this commotion here? What are you doing here? Why do you have your weapon drawn? And Vix is going to... I don't think it's going to be that hard of a challenge. She is dressed as a Galroyo Knight. People know about the Mage Knight, but probably there's a lot of people trying to play that off like, oh no, I'm the Mage Knight. Of course you should, listen to me. I think this is just going to be a straight D8, and I will just reallocate where everything goes. 6. I think it's going to be a 2-4. Alright, I'm going to mark a momentum on her, though, because she did overcome that challenge. I think Belgren has been getting a lot of people coming around saying that they're the Mage Knight, and it's going to take a little bit of convincing. So she has a 1-3. Okay, so her dice need to be 1 more than theirs. 2 more than theirs. If it was a 1 more, it would be a bounce. All right. So that brings it down to a 2-3. She starts talking to him, and they're listening, but they're still not quite convinced. Oh yeah, we've seen 15 people come through with fancy armor saying they're the Mage Knight. We've gotten elves of all sorts coming through here. Another 6-1. It's definitely looking in her favor. I think one of the guards goes like, "Okay, we're gonna get our sergeant to come down and handle this. We're not hauling you in just yet. Oof. Okay, so 4. Okay. So they're waiting, and Vix doesn't terribly like being bothered. She's there with a purpose. She gets a little bit snippy with them, like, "Hey, listen, I really need to go to the mage school, to talk about some stuff. You guys are holding me up. Can't you just be good guards and you know do the right thing?" And I think that hurts her a little bit. 1-1. Okay, so that is another. Oh gosh. Okay, she's down to 1. Not too bad. Not too bad. You know what? I think she's going to take a strain to get advantage on the next 2 rolls against this. And what was that? My word. She's giving her word as the Mage Knight. She's frustrated, but she's talking very knightly, very nobly, probably drawing a crowd of she's straining herself to get through this. Oh shoot. Nope. Oh man, we are. All right, this is it. Let's see. Oh, she's got 1 momentum. She's going to use the momentum. She does not want to get hauled into jail for fighting in the streets. So it's going to be, we have advantage on this roll, and we are going to get a +1. So this is going to be a 2, 0. And I guess this becomes like a 3-2. Okay, let's see. Let's see if Vix is able to pull this off against these guards. 3, 3, 3. Oh no, wait. It's a +2, so they're even. It is a bounce. However, advantage is going away, so it's still even. Reroll, bounces out of the tray. You got to reroll. All right, so 2. Okay, so that's 1. Her speaking has definitely caused a commotion, and wherever this is going to land is going to be very public. There's people shouting out, "She's a Mage Knight," like, "Oh, another one, just lock her up." Probably not for an extended period of time, but definitely for causing a fight, you're going to meet with some sort of magistrate, probably pay a fine. Oof. And there it is. That is the second strain for the failure. But we do reset to 1-3. And here I thought I was going to put this in a clear sleeve, but I thought, oh, the lights are going to reflect it, won't be able to see it. Well, you can't see it anyways. All right, so now she is in the probably just a district holding cell. Yeah, that's not good for her. One thing I didn't do with Mage Knight, I didn't give them money because typically they don't need it. Or at least the last time I played, it didn't really come about. But mostly because Hallex found treasure, just random items that he could barter and trade with to keep it narratively. He acquired treasure, he would sell it to get supplies and stuff. Did not do that with this time. I think I think we're going to end it right here. It's been over 30 minutes. I'm going to sit with this. I'm going to work a little bit more on the production side of it. Might get a better webcam or camera of some kind to make it look a little bit sharper, or figure out how to raise it up so there's a better view of the space. Alright folks, that is it for episode 1 of Mage Knight. Vix Rayella needs to go find this city of coal and steam, and to do so she decided to go to Belgran to their magic school, was intercepted by some Southlander thugs, and was then questioned by the local watch about the fight, which ended badly for her. And I didn't even roll for the watch thing. It just felt natural that that would be the next encounter. Alright, folks. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode. More episodes to come, I promise. It's just finding the right time and getting the setup all together. Go ahead and leave a like, subscribe, share with people who are interested in solo play content. Comment any questions, critiques, concerns, or anything of that sort. I read them. I take input, criticism, and all that. Gonna get better at doing this. It's hopefully every time it gets a little bit better for you folks. All right. Well, yeah, that's it for the video. Have a good day, y'all.